Hello, everybody. Super good morning to everyone. Happy Sunday. How are you guys all doing? Right, so Kevin Chan here again, 7:30 in the morning, and today we are going to be concluding the 10 deities for QiMen. Right, so we have done quite a lot for the QiMen 10 deities, and today we are going to look at the snake deities. Another one of the mislabeled bad guy deities that we always see people talk about. Every time see the snake, it's like, oh, it's bad, right? So it's like scammer, all those kind of stuff, right? So now today is for you to understand the real functionality of the snake, so that you are not what you call mislabel the fella lah. No, the poor fella is just doing his job lah, guys. Right, so morning, I can see Jocelyn is around, Pepper is around, Lai Ping is around, Eve is around, right? So yeah, right, so it's a wonderful Sunday, and I think some people say today is the Raya, so actually I don't know lah, right? So but anyway, right, so Selamat Hari Raya for all of you who celebrate it, right? So as usual lah, today, please go out, do some shopping, help out the economy a bit. All right, so let's get on with the program today, and we're gonna take a look at the snake deity. Let me shrink myself down to the smaller version first, right? So this is snake deities, and hey, right, so as usual, getting in touch with me, any form of this will do. You got Telegram here, you can choose and get in touch with me for, right? So and then you got the Substack, which is the newsletter, and then the community page, which is a Facebook page, right? So all these three also you can come and get connected, get in touch with me, right? So that if there's any gathering, like yesterday we had a small little gathering, right? So for all the Chinese metaphysics enthusiasts, there's 30 of us who basically show up yesterday, right? So if you wanna participate in those gatherings, sometime I will post it up into the community channel, right? So you wanna come in, just tell us, so that we can reserve space for you, right? All those, right? So today we're gonna be doing QiMen, right? So this is a QiMen chart. These are for those of you who are not familiar, right? So for those of you who are familiar, then no need to explain. This is called a QiMen chart, right? So if you do not know or do not have access to a QiMen chart, or more specifically, you can't plot your own QiMen chart, right? So what happens is that Typing Astro is one of the chart provider that I'm currently using. So you can use it. You will see that the chart that look like this. So of course, there's always the free version and also the paid version. The paid version will have explanation. The free version, you only get the chart without the explanation. That's the mostly of the differences, right? So QiMen, every single boxes, there are 4 components. Right, so the 4 component is namely the door, which has 8 different components inside. Then you got the stars, which has 9 different versions, and the deities, which has 10. So now right now we are talking about the deities. Then of course you got stem, another 10. So these 4 components put together tells a story of the energetic distribution at that point in time. So it basically tells you at this point in time what it is supporting. Hello, Joseph from Florida. What are you doing there? How's US? Is it safe? Has Trump been doing anything naughty lately? Right, so now back to this one, right? So we are looking at the snake. So after the snake, the next session we need to circle back to the fear door. Right, supposingly I've already done all the 8 door already, but the fear door, don't know why it went missing, right? So don't know why it went missing, so I need to circle back and redo the fear door, right? So but right now we finish out with the deities, and we're gonna take a look at the snake deities, right? So in deities, if we take a look at it, we have labeled it. Some is red color, some is black color. Why? Now, so these are what we call a lazy method of doing things. We label everything as the good and the evil. So it's gonna be the Avenger team versus the Thanos team, or you have the Batman team, Batman team versus the what we call the Batman's bad guy. Never mind, I forgot already what's the name. Hello, PDDL, land of scones from Germany. How are you doing, man? Good morning, right? So yeah, we're going and take a look at the snake first, right? So now the snake in the what we call normal circumstances is labeled as the bad guy, right? So it is always associated with the entire idea of doing dodgy stuff, right? It's always there doing dodgy stuff, you know. Like for example, one of the categories is basically scamming, right? So when you see snake, you know, you always label them as scammer. Poor fella, right? So now the true functionality of snake, you need to understand that now all of this is a lot of time when they do this is actually based on a military backdrop. So the snake is actually in military, we usually call them the pathfinder. It's the person that you send way ahead in battlefield to gather battle information, right? But it's not a spy. I just tell you first, their job is not a spy job. Their job is basically a, you can call them geography surveyor. They're actually surveyor, right? They're surveyor. So what they do is that if you want to move large amount of army on land, you cannot just march the army one. Because if you do not know the land condition, as in you do not know whether in front is swamp, whether it is a dense a forest, you know, all these kind of things, you do not know the situation, you do not know where's the town, where to resupply, you cannot move the large army. You would die one if you do that, you know, because your army will get ambushed, you know, you don't know, you may step onto you know, dangerous places. A lot of this very dangerous thing when you traverse, move large amount of army on ground. So what they do is that they very smart, they send one fella there first, which is the snake, right? So this basically is a lot of times snake is a lone ranger because, you know, and also the sad thing is that the snake is expected to die out all of a sudden, because if the enemy territory found out that this particular guy is from the other army, right, sure gonna get captured, sure gonna get tortured, sure gonna die. Something like Rambo. Right? You've seen Rambo before, right? So no. So what they do is that they go there, then they mark the territory. Mark the territory means really do geographical study, right? So, you know, so later you will know that, you know, the snake has a very uncanny ability when it comes to environmental sensing. The snake is very good at environmental sensing. So they are like, you know, it's like a mapping radar, right? So they are mapping radar, you know? So whenever the place that they go, right, they are very observant. They know the place, so they know where's the swamp, they know where's the water, they know all of this, right? So what happens is that they have the uncanny ability to be able to seamlessly integrate into the environment. So aka also when they go to town, they can very easy change themselves into town folk, right? So and the snake leave no stone unturned. In a way also, yes, right? So they have the uncanny ability. So the entire part about, you know, the snake being untrustworthy or scammy is because they need to be able to go into the enemy town and survive, you know. Yeah, they have to go in and pretend to be the town folk and gather information, gather information, you know, what is happening, how much is it, how many town folk is there, what is happening in the town, how far, more importantly is how far away is the nearest army facility there. So which means if this town were to be attacked, right? So because, you know, much big army, right? So if the town folk were to resist the army got no choice to do. They need to know who is the leader of the town that they need to take down. So they need to know who are the powerful people in the town that probably need to protect, and of course they need to know how fast before the military assistant will come to the town, and they need to know the local towns police force, right? You want to call the police force, right? How big is it? These are all information that the snake need to go in and get. Can you see that the job of the snake is actually to go do surveying? It's just basically a surveyor, this guy, right? So, you know, you got a lot of skill set to do, right? So yeah, when you take a look at it from the other perspective, this particular snake is definitely not trustworthy, right? You see the snake definitely very dangerous. So it's basically a dodgy stranger that suddenly show up in your town. Right? But nothing wrong with it. That's the job of the snake. So that's why I say that if your functionality at that point in time is required you to be like this, then you have snake is an advantage. Like for example, if you're a business development fellow. Business development basically means, like, business development is very different from sales. Right? So now this business development means that you're going to go to a new place and open up a new market. So it's going to be a market whereby you don't have any footing, you don't have any support, you don't have anything. It's completely new. So that's why it's called business development. Snake is very good at this particular job called business development. You can basically throw the fella to a piece of land, the fella will find way to survive. So snake is very individualistic. Right? All right, so that's why also snake sometimes is being labeled as being very selfish. Right? So snake always, you know, think of themselves first. Nothing wrong, because, you know, if you're in a situation whereby I throw you into a enemy territory, you got no backup support, you don't know anyone, everyone is basically your enemy there, you know, you tell me you don't selfish, how can you survive? Makes sense, right? Right, so that is basically what carved the entire personality of the snake. So of course, very convenient. Today, you know, when you come back that time, you look at the snake, right? So, you know, and then, you know, you call the snake, you know, all sort of names. Because you are in a position of relative safety. So when you're in a position of relative safety, it's easy for you to point your finger to the other party, which is, you can say that, you know, whether got choice, no choice, you know, the fella has to function. Right, the fella have to function, the fella have to survive, right? So, and the fella has an obligation to his motherland, right? So it's like, no, oh no, it's like that, man, right? So you see, at the same time, right, why does the snake need to do the thing that the snake need to do, right? So now a lot of time is their family member is basically hostage on the other side, man. They got no choice, right? If they don't do the work, the family member don't eat, So how? You tell me, right? So they have to do their thing, so it's their thing, right? So no snake in wealth natal QiMen chart meaning, right? So if you got a snake inside your QiMen chart, especially in the wealth one, right? So it's in a way that you are very destined to go and work under what we call a unconventional financial gain. Unconventional financial gain. So now a lot of time when you say unconventional, mean dodgy stuff, right? Now, including doing feng shui. So people who have snake actually is a very good feng shui master, because one of the main job of a feng shui master is to walk the dragon, right? So the one, you know, the excursion that, you know, I'm bringing people for June, is actually to explore land. Explore land, go up mountains, see landform. Snake can do that very well. Right, so that's why, you know, feng shui master, if you have a snake, actually you got a big advantage over other people. Right, so Joseph, so if you go for, you know, unconventional thingy, right? So like, you know, so again, like business development, it's really just one kick you to a, you know, foreign country. You don't have an office base. You got no colleague. Your resource is very limited. You are asked to open a market there, understand, not to go and find business, you know. So yeah, that is snake lah. Right, so it's different from doing sales, right? Doing sales is that you know the place, you know the target, you go and hunt. So basically you already know the land already, and that is called sales, right? Snake is that they do not know the land, then they usually don't have any resources. So you need to start to gather resources, right? So again, the way that they gather resources, whether it's through lying, scamming, you know, appeal to your what we call sense of justice, whatever it is. So snake will do whatever necessary to get their agenda done, which is to survive, by the way. Their agenda is to survive, so that, you know, just don't get myself killed. So that's why snake is very good at pretending, right? So they say that, you know, snake know how to change the skin, it's that right? It's just that they know how to pretend. They know how to amalgamate themselves into the local. Right, so that's why snake very, very fast. They know how to change personality. They know how to change their vibe, and they know how to sense the vibe around them. Right, snake got very, very strong sense of danger. Right, so which means that if there's anything happens, snake is the first one to run. So if you know some of your friends which their natural deities is snake, if you see them running, you run together with them. If you want to find a way out, especially, you know, when maybe, you know, riot, like, you know, recently, you know, your earthquake, you don't know where to run, follow a snake. Okay? Kill me with laughter. Right, you go and follow the snake. Snake always know how to find a way out. They are natural survivalists. So if you're in a situation whereby, you know, don't know what to do, you know, situation seems to be a bit more chaotic, don't know what to do, you tag along with the snake. Right, the snake will somehow sense and find the way out of the difficult situation. You might not like the way that the snake do it, okay, But you want to survive, right? Look for them, right? They are very, very natural survivor, right? So of course, so you've got search party. Search party, it's good that, you have a snake as the head of the search party. You got no search party, right? When people go missing, people go missing in the search for things, right? So that's basically it, right? So now, snake, these are some of their characteristic superpower. They function very well in unfamiliar places, dodgy places, right? Unfamiliar places, unfamiliar job, unfamiliar people, anything that basically is very unfamiliar, you throw a snake in, the fellow will be right at home. So which make snake naturally very suspicious for anything. So that's why snake has a very negative connotation, because the guy itself is already very suspicious. Don't reveal information to people. That's basically what snake do. Snake take information, they don't reveal information to people. So that's why you find it sometimes very difficult to trust a snake. So that's why snake got a lot of trust issue. So that's why you always label snake as scammer, thief, this kind of stuff, right? So when you're doing a forecast reading, right, so you see that your what we call your result box has a snake inside, right? So you are dealing with such a situation whereby a lot of things inside is very dodgy. If let's say that you're talking about oh, I'm having a negotiation, right? So a negotiation right now, you look at the result box, there's a snake inside, which means that the other party has a hidden agenda. Now this is provided that you don't have a hidden agenda. When you see the snake there, is actually applied to both parties. I don't know whether so of course now you are the one who gonna say that, oh, I'm honest, I don't have hidden agenda. Whether that is true or not, you check your own self. But the situation is telling you that you're in a situation whereby it is highly unfamiliar, and one of the party is having a hidden agenda that is hidden, you don't know. So in this particular situation, a lot of time is that we tell people better not step your foot in, right? So because you don't know what is happening, and one side basically have a plan already. So it could be a scam, you said it could be a scam, or depending on how the entire thing is. So snake function very well in this sort of circumstance, whereby everything is unknown, everything is not very safe, right? Because snake know how to run, so they are fine. They know how to run, they know how to protect themselves, they know how to survive, right? So the normal folk, especially those very honorable, honest one, it's an honorable, honest one, right? So those are the one that is a very anti-snake type of way of doing things. Very dodgy, very untrusting, right? So those honorable people is it's like that. But it's again they don't understand that the position of the snake is that it begin with that the fella does not have any support, does not have any backing. It's the fella is alone there. It's like you live, you die is your problem, right? So I don't know whether you've been into those kind of situation before, right? So in Malaysia, you want to have this particular feeling, you can go and visit Jalan Alor. Right, so it's like, because why Jalan Alor is like is one of the tourist, we call tourist spot right? So Jalan Alor is where there's a lot of food but when you walk inside, right, they are like no local one, all foreigner. So if you're a local, you go inside, you feel like a foreigner yourself. It's that particular feeling, you walk inside, foreigner, a lot of people around, you are grossly unfamiliar. Every single shop look like it's gonna cheat your money, right? So they're going to overcharge you for everything. Every single shop is going to cheat you the money. Every single shop look like the quality of the food is just so. Right? Can you see? It's like you feeling uncomfortable. So if you are one of the fellows who ask you to survive there, right, you do everything necessary to survive. Okay? So in a natural disaster situation, we can ask snake to guide to safety direction. Yeah, you follow the snake. Don't need to ask for guidance when you follow the snake. If you just want to do manifestation, if let's say that really the situation is a bit on the chaotic side, right? So I don't know at that point in time whether you can still open the QiMen chart or not. I don't know whether your telco still work or not, whether the telco tower got fall down or not, whatever it is. Just in case you can open a QiMen chart. Really, you run towards the snake direction. Right? So that's it. Very simple. And you run towards the snake direction. right? So I'm aware of my negative trait, right, and feel guilty being such a bad person. No lah, it's not bad one. So again, right, please in studying Chinese metaphysics, please throw away this good bad thingy. It's convenient. Right, the good and bad is convenient because it is our nature. But when you really practice the thing, you need to know that what are the underlying fundamental, what are the underlying actual things that is happening, and then does this situation warrant the usage of this energy? That's it only. If you are in a situation whereby this energy is warrant for you to be used. So again, right, so like for example, choi touch wood, plane crash, pang, right? So you guys seen before, right? Like loss, right? So you are in a unknown forest, you're the survivor. Snake will be your best friend at that type of situation. Snake is your best friend, or you one day don't know how you suddenly wake up, you found out that you're in a foreign country, somebody kidnap you, one of those scamming group kidnap you, then you manage to run away, then snake is your best friend. At that point in time, you need a snake to survive. Okay, right? So again, doing business also is the same. You want to go in, you want to open up new business, right? In an unfamiliar market whereby you got no support, snake is your best friend. Right? So people who have snake usually very survivalistic one, difficult to kill. Right? If cannot open current QiMen, then ask destiny snake direction. Can if snake is your natural destiny palace, usually you can use it at any places there is, right? So running towards the snake direction for safety is a good tips. Yeah, go towards the snake direction. So that's basically the direction whereby you can find coverage, right? So snake is very good at searching for things, overall searching for stuff. Snake. So that's why in our line, anything that requires searching. So a feng shui master is basically somebody who is searching for a piece of land to put something there. The something can be a tomb, the something can be a city, the something can be a house, right? So but that's the job, right? So which means now for those of you who like to say that hey I'm looking for a property, you should ask the snake to help you to look for the property. Okay, don't ask chief to help you to look for property. You ask chief to help you look for property, the property is going to be freaking expensive one. Unless you're looking for expensive property, you don't go and ask chief. All right, so they're going to chief, I want to find a house, please find me a house. You're gonna get a very expensive house. No, ask snake to find. Right, you tell the snake, you're looking for a house, these are the house criteria that I have. Snake is the one that is going to be able to assist you. So that's why if you are looking for a let's say private investigator, you for some odd reason you are able to plot the fella, and the fella destiny palace is a snake. This is a very good private investigator, right? So you're able to search for stuff, right? So you want to search for stuff, look for snake. Snake is the among all the deity, snake is the master of searching. Right, you want to look for anything, because why? The fella is able to go to places whereby other people don't dare to go, to search for stuff, right? So their natural job is to understand the land topography and also the locals. That's basically their job, right? So that's what they basically do, right? So you have things like looking for things, looking for stuff, right? So it's basically using snake. Right, so now a lot of time also, if you got things missing, we actually use the snake to do the searching. We ask the snake to go and search for it. Right, the snake basically would have some telltale sign to tell you. Telltale sign mean that the snake box, it will tell you that this particular thing maybe is here. Right, so still can't find my lost crystal bangle, although we've been asking snake for right, maybe it's not lost there. Maybe it's not lost there. Right, so the final one, right? So now snake has a very peculiar sensitivity towards the weather. Right, they know, right? So it's basically the snake sensing ability is very, very high. Snake got very high sensing ability. So that's why snake, they know danger, and potentially snake can actually sense your earthquake, your typhoon, all these kind of things. They can sense. They basically know the changes in the energy field around them. So very sensitive to danger, lor. Very sensitive to danger, very sensitive to change. So that's why, you know, when they are together with a group of people, right, they are generally the first one to identify problem. You know, hey, right now look like there's a problem, you know, time for me to chow. Right? If you want to know what side gig to do, can plot chart and ask. Oh no, go side gig, ask chart, ask a snake. Snake deal with inanimate object. You want to deal with animate object, use harmony. You want to look for side gig is usually human related one. Look for harmony. Harmony is the one that connect human to human. Snake usually connect with all the inanimate thing. Inanimate thing means stuff. Land, object. Those are inanimate stuff. Right? So they are more connected towards that. So snake sometimes can perform weather control. Yeah, you can ask the snake deity to basically change the weather. Can be done. Alright, so this one I personally do a lot because why? Sometimes raining too heavily. Ask snake to temporarily just reduce the rain amount so that I can get out of the car. That's what I do only. Right, park your car, right? Park your car, and then, you know, it's like no, don't have any cover shade. So what you do is that, you know, ask snake, you know, so just lower down the water volume so that I can, you know, safely walk over to the other side. Really, after a while, the rain really just, it didn't stop, it just come down. Then you walk over, done already, it rains back. Nice trick, ma. Of course, you know, the one that normal, we tell people look for parking space. Look for parking space, then you ask snake, you know, hey snake, you know, guide me to the place whereby, you know, you can basically find a parking. Now to me, look for parking space, I usually do is that, you know, okay, one car get out. I usually do that. Because why? My phoenix is of way much more higher level than my snake, so, you know, it's actually easier for me to just to command the car to come out. Car come out, now then you see a car come out, then I can park inside. If you ask for snake, then snake will actually really guide you to a section whereby, you know, so mysteriously nobody parking there. Then, you know, you see mysteriously nobody parking there, you have self-doubt. This place can park one or not? Why this place nobody park one? So human is like that. When they give you thing, you doubt. When they don't give you thing, you complain. Okay? Alright, find parking space. It work, alright. So good. Yeah, right. So me too, I use snake for find parking space. And if it rain, well, rain inside as soon as possible. Yeah, right. So no, but here's again, right. So if you guys been using it to find parking space and, you know, just to generally control the rain, right? It's time for you to upgrade lah. Where hey, go and find something useful. Parking space is not useful that way. Hello, right? Really, you know, please don't use this. You know, go and find some, you know, some property that you can flip. Go Amazon, find a product that you can sell. Yeah, do that, right? Go and ask yourself, you know, go and find, you know, go and, you know, sit down, tell snake deity, hey, snake deity, you know, so give me some signal, you know, let me see some of the product that is gonna, you know, sell very well, you know, at this current moment. You will basically find it, then, you know, go and sell it lah. Okay, right? You know, good use for Phoenix, right? Phoenix is direct command. You want anything to happen, you basically direct command Phoenix, right? Can use for 4D jackpot. I haven't tried before. I was told that if you are going to use for gambling purpose, the harm door fear door combination is a better combination to use than, you know, using snake. All of this, right? So no, those kind of stuff, right? So now this is the superpower, right? So if you are talking to your snake, right? So, you know, if you're talking to a snake, good thing that for you to do is to ask the snake to assist you to build your courage to face the unknown. Because why? The snake is very good at facing the unknown, so you ask the snake to help you in that, right? Don't you think the ability to face the unknown is a very good superpower? Yeah, you want to be successful, you need to travel the path that other people are not traveling, right? Where do you find blue ocean? Snake lah. Ask snake to go and find blue ocean for you, right? So now for those of you who know red ocean, blue ocean theory, right? Highly competitive zone versus no competitive zone. Right? You want to go and look for this thing, right? So understand environmental. So when we talk about understand environmental change, it includes the vibe in the area that you're in, right? So it includes business sense, you know, what product may sell better in this place, what are the needs of the people here. All these are called environmental changes, you know. Please don't just think of environmental changes as in, you know, the climate change, this kind of thing. Okay. Yeah. Right. So ask for ability to find ways. Right. So ask for ability to find ways, ask for ability to basically find options. Right. So now here's the thing, when snake give you the option, it is always not above water. That one you need to swallow. Not above water mean that, you know, if you bring it out to the public, a lot of time public doesn't agree with that. But the method or the way will help you to survive. So that's why you need to ask yourself first, you know, when you are using the snake, right? So do you need to, right? So like sometimes it's that certain resources that you require, you can actually borrow them, provided that you really return it back to them. Right, so now here's the thing, right? Anything at all, it is not classified as stolen until you don't return them. Everything that go missing is under loan first, until you decide not to return. Right, so you know, sometimes is that, you know, like, you know, now sometimes is that you really need some money to survive. You took some money. I don't know whether you guys has you know, what we call seen some of this posting, you know. It's like when the fella was a teenager, when the fella was really doing bad that time, no choice, the fella went into a shop and, you know, stole some money from the shop, ran out, gone. But then now the fella is adult, got a good job, has a good business. The fella actually come back to the shop and support the shop. Now this one is, I don't know whether you call it okay or not okay. Right, he had to do whatever necessary at that point in time to survive, but then after that, nothing to do. They will come back and, you know, it's like redeeming himself lah. Right, you know, it's like, you know, keep on buying. You know, if you take a look at it, the Shaq, the big guy, basketball player, right now, you know, is own a lot of business one, right? So you say that, you know, one day, you know, last time when it was a bit of a on the low point that time, right? So there's this sneaker shop who actually donated sneaker to him, right? Give him sneaker. So like right now, every year he go back to the shop to buy sneaker from this particular person. Good or bad, right? That one is the snake way of, you know, able to help you to survive, right? Just remember, as long as you don't die, right, you can always turn back. You can always turn around as long as you don't die, right? So it's like there's no way for you to lose unless you completely give up. The only way for you to lose is to give up only. As long as you decide not to give up, right? So you do whatever necessary to survive. One day when you are successful already, you can always come back and redeem yourself. Right? So you ask Nick to protect me whenever I drive going to a new remote area. Yeah, correct, Ken. Unknown surrounding, yes, correct. You ask the snake to basically give you the radar. Right, so yeah, I know you can actually classify snake as a radar system. It's just something that, you know, sense whatever that's around, right? So if there's any danger, you do blub 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 like that, you know, stuff like that. That's basically snake only, right? So now it's again, by nature itself, snake is not something that's evil, but just that a lot of their skill set is used in survivalistic situation whereby they are not supported. So they have a bigger plethora of tool set that is often used in a very negative manner. And because of that, they are being labeled as being evil, right? So, but of course, if you are facing against a snake, usually the fella doesn't play fair lah. Usually the fella doesn't play fair, right? So, you know, usually the fella would have a lot of aces up their sleeve. They probably have a few hidden sleeve. Because why? That's how they survive, right? So they are able to survive in enemy territory. You know, they are able to assist their own army in traversing a big piece of land. It's all thanks to the snake, right? So of course, you know, they have to be a little bit more untrustworthy towards the people. You know, when they give information to you, it's going to be half big here, half big there, right? So snake in your health palace. Snake in your health palace means that, you know, you got sometimes you got stuff that's very difficult to find. Everything inside completely black. Grain, ham, gung, Eat with Kui. Okay, right. This feel overwhelming and unsettling because my knowledge is limited. I'm so new to QiMen study. It's okay lah. No worry about that, Jenny. By the way, the thing that you're asking for, the Soul Palace, Price Palace is actually not the actual application of QiMen. The actual application at QiMen is actually in forecasting. So yours, Jenny, that one is basically in destiny reading. So which is an extension of the skill set of what we call QiMen. So QiMen, we rarely use it for extension for reading. Because you have a little bit of a problem right now is that your palace doesn't have a focal point. Right? The palace do not have a focal point. Right? So like for example, if you say that your health palace is together with snake, right? Often very easy for you to find it's actually situation or circumstance whereby sickness prevail. Like for example, you can go and find a place whereby there's going to be a lot of yellow mosquito. Right. Yellow fever, right? Yellow mosquito. You somehow you like to find contaminated places, whereby there is somehow rare diseases happen. Right. So if you happen to be one of the medical fella who do medical research, and you love to find all these rare sickness one, then congratulations to you lor. Right, but this sort of job is very rare, you see. This sort of job is very, very rare. Okay, yeah, right. So because you can see that your palace also have a yeet wood there. So when you have a yeet wood there, they are somehow you're very connected with the ability to heal. So you find the place whereby there's sickness, then somehow you got the ability to heal the people there. So I don't know whether it's good or bad, because it's you're mixed together with Keng, some more usually very critical sickness. You go find places where there is critical sickness, then somehow after some research you are able to cure the place. I don't know whether it's good or bad, right? I wouldn't want this sort of job, just tell you first. Very dangerous, okay? But I don't want this sort of job. But like that, right? So you have that ability. Right, so now is that would you want to go that direction? That direction is very unconventional. This sort of job of CDC CDC disease control officer always go after places whereby there are rare diseases coming out. Then you research the disease. Then you find cure to the disease. This sort of circumstance, it actually benefit you. Right, you have a upper hand towards this sort of particular situation, right? So take a look at that. That's just suggestion. So that's why is that don't look at it and then say that, oh, this is bad for me. Look at it is that at what circumstance is this gonna be able to apply? Become test subject. Not really test subject. You can find like patient 0, right? Those type of situation, it may not affect you one, right? It may not affect you, right? So you may be somebody who is naturally immune to a lot of diseases, right? QiMen in education, knowledge palace with harm and assist in Ren and Ye, ability to find knowledge. No need to find knowledge, right? So at least you got a harm domain. At least minimum you are willing to execute, right? So too many of the knowledge component in a knowledge palace is no use one. You just absorb only, right? Stick with destructor and life breathing. What is life breathing? But anyway, right? So but again, I just trying to guide you all that please don't look at it and then it's like all bad conclusion. You look at it, you need to ask yourself first, under what circumstance did this shine? Definitely got some circumstance we useful one. It's just generally maybe 80% of the time outside people don't like it only, that's it. Okay? Yeah, if 80% of the time outside don't like it and you're in a circumstance whereby everybody don't like it is in the room, right? You don't go and display that side of what we call things like that's all only understand or not? Right? So it's like seriously, it's like right now, if you walk into a place, the entire place, everybody is fasting. You go and take out your tumbler and drink water, It's asking for trouble, lor. Understand or not? Right? It's not wrong one, no, you're not fasting, you want to drink water is completely fine. but you don't go into a room full of fasting people and do that lah. Right? Understand or not? Right? 4-star snake in wellness, grass, cool water is danger. Also not called danger. I also won't call it danger, right? So again, depend on circumstance, right? So that's it for your snake, right? So that's for your snake folk. So you know all of them already, right? So you basically know all of this, right? So now if you want to change this into a company, the chief is basically your general manager. Your harmony is like your human resource. Your 9th heaven is your CEO. Your earth is basically your finance guy. Your moon is basically your intelligence department, intelligence department, knowledge department, whatever they want to call. The tortoise phoenix is basically a lot of times salespeople, right? So salespeople, tortoise phoenix, right? So your hook and tiger is your operation guy, and then your snake is basically your business development. Okay, so you want to put it in that particular manner, those are the guy, those are the department, right? So now if you put it into a department, got wrong department one or not? Don't have. Okay, but some department, their nature is to do that, then they have to do the nature, what the nature of the department is doing lah. Right? So like for example, the sales department is going to be naturally more pushy. Yeah, lor. Yeah, naturally more pushy. Right? So it's like the tortoise phoenix, can be your PR department. What's wrong with it? Right? So that's their, that's their job lah. Right? Yeah, part of it. Right, so don't look at it and then say that, oh no, this is not good lah, whatever it is. If you're still at the level of this is good, this is bad, very low amateur level, right? You need to go beyond this and basically tell yourself, under what circumstance would this be useful, right? Then you need to superimpose to my current circumstance right now, would this be useful? If it's not, don't use it. That's all only ma. Okay, right? So which means that if you're in a circumstance whereby you do a reading, you see that the circumstances does not suit what you want, right? Don't participate. That's all only, right? That's why you read a QiMen chart, is basically to get a general sense whether you should continue the path or should you do a pivot. Right? If you see that the path ahead is already all full of problem, right? Then you need to ask yourself, is it worthy solving the problem? If it's not worthy solving the problem, couldn't be bothered, change your plan. No, that's it. That's all only. Right? So like right now, if you are driving on the highway, then you see that the highway is packed out of car. The ways show you that the entire path is red color until cannot see anything. Then you watch the highway cam, and then highway cam far away also full of car. You decide you whether still want to continue to join the traffic jam, or you gonna turn away from the road and go back and sleep first. That's all only ma, right? You cannot make the car disappear one. So a lot of people got this wrong conception that I can make the roadblock disappear. Right? So the roadblock won't disappear. It's there for that period of time, it's there for that period of time. You can only come back when the period of time has passed. So this is where you look for new strategy. All right. Great. So see you guys again. Right. Bye bye.